What up, fam? You ever had one of them days? But it's all good. So I'm riding, I'm moseying along, and all of a sudden, I hear this loud pop. I'm already getting, my day started, it's already pretty late, but it's all good. Anyway, I'll tell you how I deal with it. So whenever I'm going through a situation, I always know, you got one or two ways to look at the situation. I could get here and be upset and just let it ruin my day. I mean, my day already started off late. There's all types of reasons that I could give you on why I can say, hey man, this day started crazy and it's gonna be crazy. But nah, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Life is beautiful. There's a reason why I was pulled over. It's a reason why, you know what I'm saying? The Most High wanted me to stop for a minute and take a breath, think about what it is that's the most predominant thing on my mind right now. So when I take those moments and just be like, am I walking the path? Am I being consistent to the thoughts and the expectations of where I want my life to go? And sometimes a little situation like this might stop me and say, hey man, I need you to pull over. Really think about what it is that you want to do. So, I told you I like quotes. And one of the quotes that, just come to mind right now more than ever, like it's always this one, this is like my favorite one out of all of them, is that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to react. The reason why I love that quote so much is because you could put that in all aspects of life. Like anything you ever go through, I know for me, anything I ever go through, and I mean everything, that quote sticks in my head, you know what I'm saying? There's something about it that just makes me realize that the power is all in my own hands, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I want to give credit to where credit's due. That quote is from a guy named Chuck Swindoll. I don't know too much about this guy, but I do know that I love that quote, and I've been holding on to it ever since I heard it. I know he's a pastor, and I know that I've heard that like years ago. So I've been saying it, I've been thinking it. It's been predominantly in my mind since I would say, I don't know, maybe since 2012, I would say. That's when I first heard it. Anyway, I got things that I want to do. I got things that I want to accomplish. My mind is always full of all these thoughts of these grandiose ideas and my expectations for the future and all that. But then I always think about what's happening in my immediate circumstances, and I'm like, how can I change that? And I'm hopeful, and I'm actually expecting the best from the Most High. You know what I mean? Because I know that power is in me. So I don't know how it's going to turn or how it's going to go, but I know it's going to go. And I expect it to. But little situations like this, they sometimes make me stop, and then you can either sit here and get mad and upset and be like, man, this is gonna ruin my whole day, or I could look at the time I got to just chill and think. And for whatever reason, the first thing that came to my mind was, you know what, pull out your phone, say a little something, about how I deal with issues and problems. And I've been really wanting to get on like YouTube and start doing more recordings and all that stuff, but I don't know, I haven't been finding the time. And I think it's just because I'm not really sure on how to speak or what to say or really how I want this all to turn out. But I do know that it's something that's been put on my heart to start doing and start being more consistent with it. And like I said, this blowout just happened. Pop! I just heard this loud pop, and something just told me, man, you know what? First thing, here goes some time for you. No excuses. So there's a lot of things that I think about in my life. You know what I mean? And I do a lot of reflection. I do a lot of I'm a pretty spiritual being, especially now more so in my later years. And I'm thinking a lot more about scriptures and stuff. So, there's a lot that comes to my mind. But one of the most prominent things that was on my mind this morning, or just right now, was be obedient. You know what I'm saying? Obey, listen, figure out what it is that the Most High is speaking to and telling me to do. And that's what it was. It was the first thing that popped in my mind was, get about that truck, stand out here in this, get this fresh air in you, appreciate the day, appreciate the time that's been given to me, and take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like, don't just sit here and talk about it. Actually take advantage of this moment that you have to speak to the YouTube. I don't know, like I said, man, I'm just a regular guy. I'm seeing people doing things and I'm like, man, I could do that. So I'm gonna get on here and just, keep on speaking my mind, my truth, knowing who I am. Every day when I wake up, there's a few things that I do just to start my day, to set the tone, just to make sure that nothing ruins my day. And so when things like this happen, I'm like, man, this ain't gonna ruin my day. This is actually, it's one of them things where it's like, whatever it is that you believing for, hoping for, thinking about, you're gonna be tested. And this is one of them tests. You know what I'm saying? The main objective for me is to be, more level-minded, more cool-headed. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I was always a little bit of what you would consider a high-head. You know what I mean? And I was quick to snap. I would let things get to me. I wouldn't say that though. But when things got to me, I would just black out and lose it and just, I'm on my war page. I'm on my wrath, and anybody that crossed my path, forget it. But this is one of them things where just like, I just see it and I'm like, here's one of my tests. How am I gonna react? How am I gonna react? Or how am I gonna choose to react? Am I aware that the choice is mine? Am I aware that normally the circumstance would dictate my reactions? And now that I'm becoming more aware, and I'm not saying it just happened like all of a sudden, man, because I'm still going through the process. But I've been going through this process for the past 15, 20 years, you know what I mean? Being more aware of my actions. And so the circumstances that I'm dealing with ain't really got nothing to do with it. It's just all about me. It's all about me and my perception, my perspective, or whatever the given situation is. You know what I mean? The first thing that we got to do, and as men especially, is just to become more aware of how we allow our emotions to dictate or change the trajectory of everybody that's around us. You know what I'm saying? Look, I still got stuff to do today. I still got work to do. I got to deliver these cars, and I'm gonna be picking up cars, So, just because of the circumstances, I'm pretty sure it's likely to be a late night because of this situation. But it's all good, There's a reason for all this. And, just like the scripture says, like I gotta lean not unto my own understanding. Trust Most High in all my ways. And I know I'm paraphrasing and mixing that up a little bit, but you get it. Like I said, I ain't claiming to be pastor or something, but I do have my own relationship with the Most High. And I'm sure you got yours too. And whatever the way that looks, it's all on you. It's cool. I don't care what other people think. I'm just getting on here and doing my best to do what I've been wanting to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of them moments where I was like, you know what, let me get on here, speak to this camera, see how it go. Like I said, I don't know if this is gonna reach you, or maybe it's something you need right now today. I don't know, you could be going through something. Maybe it's something you need later. You just gonna come across this, and one day you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna go look at that guy one more time. Whatever it is, though, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Don't make something out of nothing, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing, My day is gonna be great and gravy no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's a lot going on in my mind. I want to speak to you a little bit more, and I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna be more consistent with my approach to the thoughts I have, to share them with you. So anyway, Make the most out of the day. Remember that quote. Remember that quote from Charles Swindoll. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% you choose to react. I ain't tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? What's really cool about it is that if I choose to react, that tells me that all the power is in my hand for anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about with relationships, with strangers. This situation could dictate the rest of my day for the day. I could say, hey man, I started the day late, things wasn't ready like they should have been, so I could keep my day flowing. There's always a hit. This whole day has been something after something after something, and now I started my day at 9 a.m. It's now, I don't know, it's now like what, 2 o'clock p.m. And now this happens. And this is still the beginning of my day. I'm just now getting on the road, headed to the first stop of the day, you know? But I know people that ain't even got a job, you know what I'm saying? I know some people that wish they could be in my shoes or wish they could have the position that I have. And I'm over here looking for bigger and better things, you know what I mean? But I know when I'm looking for bigger and better things, that I'll be tested. Am I prepared to handle the bigger and better things? I know that I am, or I might think that I know that I am, but then something like this happens to test that idea, And when it does happen, I'm like, okay, there you go. I'm recognizing these things, and I'm coming to expect these situations. I come to expect these situations, and the reason why is because it's like, okay, how can I change this situation and make it beneficial to me and my thoughts and ideas about the future, or my goals and my dreams and all that kind of stuff. And I know everything is relative and everything is connected somehow. So, you know what I mean? I don't claim to have the answers to everything, but I do expect things to happen, and I do expect to be pleasantly surprised at the outcome. And the only way that I'm ever be pleasantly surprised at the outcome is if I take full control of the things that I can control. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much my attitude to every situation, And that's your attitude to every situation. So, you know what I'm saying? I know there's things in my mind, in my past, and I look back nowadays and I be like, damn, I could have handled that situation a little bit better, And some things I'm like, nah, I handled that exactly the way it was supposed to be handled. But it's all good, you know what I mean? Everything's a learning experience, and everything is an opportunity for you to be better, and become a better you, a better me. You know what I'm saying? For all of us. It's all love right here. 2025, look at that. I'm on the side of the road, in the middle of the desert, in beautiful California. And I'm cool with it, I'm gonna be on this for a hot second, then I'm gonna get off and maybe call my daughter, call my son, have a little conversation with them, see how they doing. And that's gonna be my day. It's gonna be beautiful. Anyway, all love, people. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute. Before I get off of here, there's one more thing that I forgot to mention that happened. Because like I said, my mind is on a whole nother page right now. I'm thinking cool, I'm thinking good, I'm thinking high energy, good thoughts, you know what I'm saying? It's all good anyway, all love. But anyway, when I decided that I'm gonna get on here and speak, you know what I'm saying? I plugged up this microphone, and then there's a little back part that goes to the microphone. I plugged that into my phone, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, wait a minute, let me show you what happened, because this is a trip. Then all of a sudden, I put my phone down for a hot second to get my keys and put them out, But anyway, I put my phone down for just a second, and my phone fell. The little part that you plug the microphone into the phone it broke into pieces like this. The screen on my phone cracked. I didn't mention this, but this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. So in addition to my day getting started on the late one, and then all this other stuff happened, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna take this time and get on this phone and speak to the people, speak to you. Then I break my phone. I break the little microphone thing. You know what I'm saying? It was just an added little topping on the cake. You know what I'm saying? A little icing on the cake. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because when I choose to just smile and laugh this stuff off, I'm not just putting on a face. You know what I'm saying? This is truly like a happy vibe that I got going on. This is truly like I'm smooth with it. I'm cool. And it's like because I know that, you know what I'm saying, there's two sides of every coin. And the choice is always mine. And the choice is always yours to pick the side of the coin that you want to go ahead and lean on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm smiling, I'm laughing because I got a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's just real, it's real talk, man, you know? Anyway, I'm talking a lot and I don't know, I feel good though, you know what I'm saying? I feel good, and you should feel good too. No matter what's happening, no matter what's going on, you got a choice. My choice is to always choose the path of least resistance, the most happy feeling that I could conjure up because it's in me, you know what I'm saying? And it's in you. So lean on that above all else. Stay true to who you are, you know what I'm saying? And bring the best out of everybody that experiences you. Today's gonna be a great day. And I told myself that when I woke up, and ain't nothing gonna change it, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, all love, people. Ross, I'll let you in a minute. All right, yo. So my guy down here, Casino, came through, made it happen. And that only took, I don't know, that only took a few, you know, I was probably here for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, I don't know, I might be exaggerating. But anyway, my day finna start, here we go. Stay on point with it, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Don't trip, it's all good, all love, you know what I'm saying? My name is Rasouli, all love to you.